So this week I'm actually up to something very exciting with my all-time favorite group travel company, but before then I had a little solo adventure by myself in Switzerland.
Can you just take a moment to appreciate I'm in Switzerland right now and these are the views outside the train station? Yeah. This is not real right there.
I knew the second half of this week was about to be jam-packed with fun activities, so I wanted to start off on a slower pace and enjoy the smaller mountain towns before then. On my way to my hostel for the next couple of nights, I had a few stops, so I decided to drop my bags at the first one and explore the charming town of Interlaken. It's actually pretty crazy, so right before I arrived, I checked the weather and I saw that snow was in the forecast, which is completely surprising for June, and I suppose that Switzerland has had a few extra days of rain recently, so I was prepared weather-wise, but also not prepared at all. This day was supposed to be rainy and cold, but it ended up being beautiful and sunny, so I wanted to take advantage of the warm weather while I could. After wandering through the main part of the town and buying a few cheesy souvenirs, it was time to head to my next location. I thought I was ready for how beautiful I've been told this country is, but there are no words to describe this incredible scenery. Still taking advantage of the somewhat sunny day, I wandered around Lauterbrunnen briefly with my suitcase in tow. But then it was time to check into my hostel, and honestly the views to get there had me absolutely speechless. I chose to stay in the famous mountain hostel of Gimmelwald for the next 2 nights, and honestly the town was so much more adorable than I had imagined. Gimmelwald is famous for their self-service shops where you can buy cheese and meat products from the local farms nearby and then deposit your money in the honesty box. I was having the best time just wandering around and taking in the unparalleled views from up here.
That's not real. That's gotta be a thing.
Insane. I love it. I did a quick hike to get acquainted with the town, and on my way back down, I found these 2 actual real-life Swiss cows. Oh my gosh, life made. But I think the best part had to be the views from our room. Is this even real life? I ordered a pizza from the restaurant here and spent the evening just chatting with other hostel guests. It was the perfect end to a perfect first day in Switzerland. Good morning from Gimmelwald, as the weather predicted today was cloudy and drizzly and a little bit chillier than the previous day had been. After taking the morning to relax and soak in these beautiful mountain views, I saw the sun start to peek through the clouds and I was ready to explore for the day. I took the cable car back down to Lauterbrunnen, but without my suitcase this time, so that I could explore with my camera and take some incredible photos. Switzerland is in fact just as expensive as they say, so I shopped in the grocery store for some lunch and found this chocolate aisle that was too tempting. I picked up a couple of things and sat in a nearby park to enjoy my lunch. This town feels like an actual fairy tale come to life. After snapping as many photos as possible, I decided to take the train to Grindelwald for the rest of the afternoon. From here, you can take another cable car up to the top of Europe, they call it the Jungfraujoch, but I decided just to explore the town and admire the cute little buildings. I don't think there was a moment this whole week where I was not absolutely in shock by the beauty of this place. The previous evening, I enjoyed a fast food dinner in Interlaken before heading back to Gimmelwald for the evening. When I woke up the next morning, it was another cloudy, misty day, but it was time for me to head on to my next destination. I'm really gonna miss these epic cable car views. I took the bus back into Lauterbrunnen and hopped on a train to Lucerne. One gorgeous scenic train ride later and I was in the city center of Lucerne, ready to drop my bags and explore. I also happened to be in town at the start of the Euro Cup, so I obviously had to catch a game. And Switzerland won, 3-1, so that's a great way to start my trip. I didn't make it too much further before I ran into this super cute coffee cart where I actually picked up my first chai of the trip. Listen, if chai is on the menu, it will always be my first choice and one of you to enjoy it with.
Made it to Lucerne. The oldest covered bridge in Europe.
Lucerne was actually one of my favorite stops on my trip to Switzerland this week because it was bigger than the smaller mountain towns, which meant more things to do, but it also wasn't as big as Zurich, so I didn't get lost. Also, everyone that I had met so far was incredibly nice and friendly, which made the experience that much better. I picked up some dinner supplies from a nearby bakery and just snacked while I enjoyed walking around the town. And I may have stopped in a chocolate shop or two. The nice thing about summer in Europe is the sun does not set until around 10 p.m., so I had so much time to just wander and explore. Lucerne is so picturesque in this setting on the lake, and it was so nice to be able to explore it before my group trip at the end of the week. I caught an amazing sunset over the town before catching one final game of the Euro Cup. Then it was time to head back to my hotel for the evening and prep for the day ahead. I packed my things early this morning and took a train to Zurich for the start of our group trip, but not before taking one last scenic stroll around the city. Pro tip, it always helps to wake up early to explore towns without the crowds. I said a quick goodbye to Lucerne as I'd see it again in a couple days and got ready to board my train to Zurich.
Hey Zurich, what's up? Oh my god, it's so beautiful and sunny today. I'm so excited.
We had the best sunny weather for the next couple of days, but I'll share more about that in the next video, so make sure you subscribe and get ready for more Switzerland content.